When you think of fruit, you probably imagine bananas and apples. But there are so many unique fruits out there that you've never seen before. These are the 20 most unique fruits you didn't know existed. Number 20. Buddha's hand. Imagine a fruit that looks less like something you'd eat and more like something you'd run from in a horror movie. Meet Buddha's hand, a bizarre citrus fruit that resembles a bunch of creepy yellow fingers reaching out at you. Native to India and China, this fruit is not your typical citrus. It has no pulp, no juice, and barely any seeds. So what's the point of it? Well, its powerful fragrance makes it a prized ingredient for perfumes, potpourris, and even religious offerings in Buddhist temples, where its outstretched fingers symbolize good fortune and happiness. Despite its alien-like appearance, Buddha's hand is completely edible, though you won't be squeezing it for juice. Instead, its intensely aromatic peel is used to flavor desserts, cocktails, and even savory dishes. Some people candy the peel, turning this eerie-looking fruit into a sweet delicacy. And if you ever need a natural air freshener, just leave one in your kitchen. It smells like a mix of lemon and heaven. Buddha's hand is proof that nature can be both strange and wonderful at the same time. Number 19. Challah fruit. If a pineapple and an exploding firework had a baby, it would probably look like the challah fruit. Found in the Pacific Islands, particularly in Hawaii and Southeast Asia, this alien-looking fruit grows on the pandanus tree and is as weird as it gets. At first glance, it looks like a spiky green ball, but once it ripens, it bursts open into dozens of bright orange cone-shaped segments called keys that look like they belong on a prehistoric plant. So what does it taste like? The edible pulp inside each key is sweet, fibrous, and has a mildly tropical flavor, often compared to a mix of mango and sugarcane. Islanders chew on the keys for their juice, and in some regions, the fruit is used to make jams or even fermented into an alcoholic drink. The fibrous parts are so tough that they're also used for making ropes, baskets, and even traditional skirts. Despite its intimidating appearance, the challah fruit is an essential part of island life. It's a food, a tool, and even a piece of culture, all wrapped into one bizarre package. But be warned, getting to the edible parts can be a messy, sticky challenge. Number 18. Jabuticaba. Imagine a tree covered in grapes, not on its branches, but directly on its trunk. That's the bizarre reality of jabuticaba, a fruit native to Brazil that looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Instead of hanging from stems like normal fruit, these deep purple glossy orbs grow straight out of the bark, making the tree look like it's covered in giant edible beads. Jabuticaba tastes like a mix of grape and lychee, with a sweet, slightly tangy flavor. The outer skin is thick and a bit tart, while the inside is soft and juicy. The catch: these fruits spoil ridiculously fast, within just a couple of days after being picked. That's why they're rarely seen outside of Brazil. Instead, locals turn them into fresh juice, jams, and even a homemade wine that ferments fast. Besides being delicious, jabuticaba is packed with antioxidants and has been used in Brazilian folk medicine for centuries. But the weirdest part? The tree can produce fruit multiple times a year, meaning it constantly looks like it's covered in tiny, alien-like bubbles. Nature sure knows how to keep things interesting. Number 17. Rambutan. If a fruit and a tiny, hairy sea urchin had a baby, you'd get the rambutan. Native to Southeast Asia, this bizarre-looking fruit is covered in soft, hair-like spines that make it look more like a little monster than something you want to eat. But don't be fooled. Inside that spiky red shell lies a juicy, translucent flesh that tastes like a mix between lychee and grape, with a sweet, slightly creamy flavor. The name rambutan actually comes from the Malay word rambut, meaning hair, which makes perfect sense when you see one. To eat it, you simply peel off the hairy skin to reveal the soft, jelly-like fruit inside. Just watch out for the seed in the middle, it's not edible. Besides being delicious, rambutan is packed with vitamin C, iron, and fiber, making it a nutritious treat. In some countries, it's even used in traditional medicine to boost immunity and digestion. With its alien-like appearance and tropical sweetness, rambutan proves that some of the weirdest fruits are also some of the tastiest. Number 16. Cherimoya. Mark Twain once called the cherimoya the most delicious fruit known to man, and honestly, he wasn't exaggerating. This odd-looking, green, scaly fruit might resemble a dragon egg, but inside it's pure tropical magic. Native to South America, cherimoya has a soft, creamy texture that's so smooth, people often eat it with a spoon, earning it the nickname custard apple. But the real surprise? The flavor. It's like nature blended banana, pineapple, strawberry, and mango into one fruit. Some even say it tastes like bubblegum. However, while the flesh is a dreamy delight, the seeds and skin are toxic, so don't go biting into it whole. Cherimoya is packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber, making it as healthy as it is tasty. It's best eaten fresh, but it also makes an incredible ingredient for smoothies, ice cream, and even cocktails. Despite its weird appearance, this fruit is proof that sometimes the strangest looking things are the sweetest inside. Number 15. Swiss cheese plant fruit. Imagine a fruit that looks like a giant green corn cob, but can burn your mouth if you eat it too soon. Meet the Swiss cheese plant fruit, also known as Monstera deliciosa. Native to Central and South America, this bizarre fruit grows on the same plant famous for its hole-filled leaves, often seen in trendy houseplants. The fruit itself takes over a year to ripen, and eating it too early is a big mistake. It contains needle-like crystals of oxalate that can cause intense irritation and a burning sensation. But if you're patient, you're in for a treat. When fully ripe, the fruit's scaly green skin starts falling off in hexagonal chunks, revealing a soft, juicy flesh that tastes like a tropical fruit cocktail, a mix of banana, pineapple, and coconut. Despite its risky nature, Monstera deliciosa is highly sought after for its unique flavor. It's eaten fresh, blended into smoothies, or used in desserts. Just make sure you wait until it's completely ripe, because as delicious as it is, nobody wants their tongue to feel like it's on fire. Number 14. Ackee. Ackee may be the national fruit of Jamaica, but it's also one of the most dangerous fruits in the world. At first glance, it looks like a bright red pear, but inside it hides a deadly secret. If eaten unripe, ackee contains hypoglycin, a toxin that can cause severe vomiting, hypoglycemia, and even death, giving it the nickname Jamaican vomiting sickness. Sounds appetizing, right? But when fully ripe, ackee is a delicacy. The red pod naturally splits open, revealing soft, buttery yellow flesh surrounding large, glossy black seeds, which are also toxic by the way, so don't eat those. The edible part, called arili, has a mild, nutty flavor and a creamy texture, often compared to scrambled eggs. It's a staple in Jamaica's famous ackee and saltfish dish, usually served with dumplings or fried plantains. Despite its risky reputation, ackee is beloved for its unique taste and nutritional benefits, packed with protein, healthy fats, and vitamins. Just make sure you never eat it before it's fully ripe, because in the world of weird fruits, ackee proves that timing is everything. Number 13. Cupuaçu. If chocolate and pineapple had a secret love child, it would be cupuaçu. Native to the Amazon rainforest, this bizarre fruit is a close relative of cacao, the plant used to make chocolate. But instead of tasting like cocoa, cupuaçu has a tangy, tropical flavor with hints of banana, pear, and even bubblegum. Some say it's like biting into a fruit smoothie without the blender. On the outside, cupuaçu looks like a giant, fuzzy brown football. Inside, its creamy white pulp is incredibly fragrant and packed with nutrients. It's loaded with antioxidants, vitamins, and a special type of caffeine-like compound that gives you an energy boost without the jitters of coffee. No wonder it's a superfruit in Brazil. Locals turn cupuaçu into juice, ice cream, and even butter, which is used in skincare products for its ultra-hydrating properties. While it's not as famous as its cousin chocolate, cupuaçu is gaining popularity as a delicious and exotic treat. If you ever get the chance to try it, prepare for a flavor explosion unlike anything you've had before. Number 12. Kiwano. If an alien ever brought a fruit to Earth, it would probably be the kiwano, also known as the horned melon. This bizarre-looking fruit, native to Africa, looks like a bright orange, spiky grenade on the outside, but slice it open, and you'll find a neon green, jelly-like interior that looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. But what does it taste like? That's where things get interesting. Kiwano has a mild, slightly tangy flavor that's often described as a mix between cucumber, banana, and lemon with a hint of zucchini. Its jelly-like flesh is packed with edible seeds, making it feel more like eating passion fruit than a melon. Some people scoop it out with a spoon, while others use it in smoothies, salads, or even cocktails. Besides looking otherworldly, Kiwano is a hydration powerhouse, made up of about 90% water and loaded with antioxidants, vitamin C, and potassium. It's even called the melon of life in some cultures because of its ability to survive in harsh, arid conditions. Whether you eat it for the nutrients or just to impress your friends with its alien-like appearance, Kiwano is definitely one of the weirdest fruits out there. Number 11. Longan. Often called the dragon's eye, longan is like lychee's less famous but equally delicious cousin. Native to Southeast Asia, this small, round fruit has a thin, light brown shell that cracks open to reveal a translucent, juicy flesh surrounding a shiny black seed, making it look just like an eyeball. Longan has a sweet, floral taste with hints of honey and musk, making it a favorite in Asian desserts, teas, and even soups. It's packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and minerals, earning it a reputation as a superfruit in traditional Chinese medicine, where it's believed to boost energy, reduce stress, and even improve sleep. Despite its delicate sweetness, longan has a surprisingly eerie backstory. Legend has it that ancient Chinese warriors ate it before battle, believing it would give them strength and sharp vision, almost like a supernatural power-up. Whether you eat it fresh, dried, or in a refreshing summer drink, longan is proof that sometimes the weirdest-looking fruits come with the coolest histories. And let's be honest, eating a fruit that looks like a dragon's eye just makes snack time way more fun. Number 10. Miracle fruit. Imagine popping a tiny berry into your mouth and suddenly everything sour tastes sweet. That's exactly what happens when you eat the miracle fruit. Native to West Africa, this small red berry contains a protein called miraculin, which temporarily rewires your taste buds. Lemons taste like candy, vinegar turns into syrup, and even the sourest foods become strangely delicious. But how does it work? Miraculin binds to your tongue's taste receptors, tricking them into perceiving acids as sweet for up to an hour. No sugar, no chemicals, just pure natural magic. Because of this, miracle fruit has been explored as a sweetener alternative for diabetics and those looking to cut sugar without sacrificing flavor. While it sounds like a superpower, miracle fruit isn't commonly found in stores due to its delicate nature. However, food enthusiasts around the world hold flavor-tripping parties, where guests eat the berry and then go wild tasting the sourest foods they can find. It may not look like much, but this tiny fruit is proof that nature has some truly mind-blowing tricks up its sleeve. Number 9. Mangosteen. Known as the queen of fruits, mangosteen is a royal treat with a deliciously mysterious reputation. Native to Southeast Asia, this deep purple fruit may look tough on the outside, but crack it open and you'll find delicate, snow-white segments that practically melt in your mouth. The taste? A perfect mix of sweet, tangy, and creamy, like a blend of peach, strawberry, and citrus with a hint of vanilla. No wonder it's considered one of the best-tasting fruits in the world. But here's the catch. Mangosteen was once banned in the US due to fears it could carry agricultural pests. Thankfully, that's no longer the case, but it's still rare and expensive outside of Asia. It's also packed with powerful antioxidants called xanthones, believed to have anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting benefits. Legend has it that Queen Victoria once offered a reward to anyone who could bring her fresh mangosteen, which only added to its exotic status. Whether eaten fresh, juiced, or in desserts, this fruit truly lives up to its royal title, because once you taste mangosteen, you might just declare it the best fruit ever. Number 8. Mangaba. Mangaba might not be as famous as mangoes or bananas, but in Brazil, this little fruit is a big deal. Its name means good to eat in the Tupi language, but don't be fooled. Eating it at the wrong time can be a huge mistake. When unripe, mangaba is packed with latex, making it extremely bitter and even capable of causing stomach issues. But once fully ripe, it transforms into a soft, creamy delicacy with a flavor that's a mix of pear, banana, and a hint of strawberry. This small, yellowish-green fruit grows in the sandy soils of Brazil's coastal regions and the Cerrado, thriving in hot, tropical climates. It's highly perishable, so it's often turned into juice, ice cream, and traditional Brazilian sweets rather than eaten fresh. Beyond its unique taste, mangaba is also packed with vitamins and antioxidants, making it as nutritious as it is delicious. However, its habitat is shrinking due to deforestation, making it harder to find in the wild. If you ever get the chance to try a perfectly ripe mangaba, don't hesitate. It's a rare tropical treat worth savoring. Number 7. Durian. Known as the king of fruits, durian is one of the most controversial fruits on the planet. Why? Because while some people consider it a delicacy, others say it smells like a dumpster on a hot summer day. Its powerful aroma, often compared to rotting onions, sweaty socks, or even garbage, is so strong that it's banned in hotels, public transport, and even airports across Southeast Asia. But if you can get past the smell, durian is a completely different experience. Inside its spiky shell, you'll find a soft custard-like flesh with a rich, sweet, and creamy flavor that fans say tastes like a mix of caramel, vanilla, and almonds. Some even claim it's the most delicious fruit in the world. Native to Southeast Asia, durian is packed with nutrients, including fiber, vitamins, and a serious energy boost. However, be careful. Locals warn that eating it with alcohol can cause dangerously high blood pressure. Love it or hate it, durian is unforgettable. If you ever get the chance to try it, just remember one rule: hold your nose and take the plunge. Number 6. Yangmai. Yangmai, also known as the Chinese bayberry or yum berry, is a fruit that looks like a mix between a raspberry and a lychee, but with a flavor that's all its own. Native to China, this deep red, bumpy fruit has been enjoyed for over 2,000 years and is often found in markets during the summer. So what does it taste like? Imagine a blend of pomegranate, cranberry, and strawberry, sweet, tart, and incredibly refreshing. The juicy flesh surrounds a single pit, and while the fruit is delicious fresh, it's also used in juices, jams, and even wine. But there's a catch. Yangmai is highly perishable, making it difficult to export, which is why it's rarely seen outside of Asia. Despite its short shelf life, Yangmai is packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, and anti-inflammatory properties, making it not just tasty, but also a nutritional powerhouse. Some even believe it helps detoxify the body and improve digestion. If you ever get the chance to try this rare gem, don't hesitate. Just be ready for a juicy, tangy explosion of flavor that lives up to its nickname, Yum Berry. Number 5. Langsat. At first glance, langsat might not look like much, just small, round, pale yellow fruits that resemble tiny potatoes. But don't let its simple appearance fool you. Native to Southeast Asia, langsat has a sweet, citrusy flavor that's often compared to a mix of lychee, grapefruit, and grapes, with a slight tang that keeps things interesting. Peeling langsat reveals translucent, juicy segments, but beware. Some contain bitter seeds that can ruin the experience if you accidentally bite into them. The texture is soft and jelly-like, almost melting in your mouth with every bite. But what makes langsat truly weird? Its sap. When unripe, the fruit releases a sticky, milky latex that can glue your fingers together. Thankfully, once ripe, the sap disappears, leaving behind only delicious, juicy fruit. Aside from being a tropical treat, langsat is also packed with nutrients. It's rich in vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, and in traditional medicine, it's even believed to help with fever and digestion. Rarely found outside of Asia, langsat is an underrated gem. If you ever spot these little golden orbs, don't hesitate to try them. You might just discover your new favorite exotic fruit. Number 4. Sapodilla. At first glance, sapodilla looks like a small, rough potato. But take a bite, and you'll be in for a sweet surprise. Native to Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, this brown, oval-shaped fruit hides a juicy, caramel-like flesh that tastes like a mix of brown sugar, pear, and honey. Some even say it's like eating butterscotch pudding straight from a tree. But here's where it gets weird. When unripe, sapodilla is basically inedible. It's packed with latex and tannins, making it super sticky and bitter. Wait until it ripens though, and it transforms into one of the sweetest tropical fruits you'll ever taste. Beyond its flavor, sapodilla has a fascinating history. Its tree produces chicle, the natural gum that was originally used to make chewing gum. So, in a way, this fruit is responsible for the modern gum industry. Packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, sapodilla isn't just delicious. It's also good for digestion and boosts energy. Whether eaten fresh, blended into smoothies, or turned into desserts, this underrated fruit is a must-try for anyone with a serious sweet tooth. Number 3. Salak. Salak, also known as snake fruit, is one of the most bizarre-looking fruits on the planet. Native to Indonesia, this small, teardrop-shaped fruit gets its nickname from its scaly, reddish-brown skin that looks exactly like snake scales. But don't let its reptilian appearance scare you off. Inside, salak is a delicious surprise. Peeling it is oddly satisfying as the brittle skin cracks open to reveal 3 firm, clove-like lobes of fruit. The texture is crisp, almost like an apple, but the flavor is where things get really interesting. Salak is a perfect mix of sweet and tangy with hints of pineapple, honey, and a little citrusy bite. Some varieties even have a caramel or nutty aftertaste. But beware, each segment contains a hard, inedible seed, so watch your teeth. Salak is a popular snack in Southeast Asia, often eaten fresh or candied, and it's packed with fiber, potassium, and antioxidants. With its prehistoric look and uniquely addictive taste, salak is one of the strangest yet most delicious fruits you'll ever try. Just remember, don't judge a fruit by its skin. Number 2. Baobab fruit. The baobab fruit comes from the legendary Tree of Life, and just like the tree itself, this fruit is truly unique. Native to Africa, the baobab fruit looks like a giant, fuzzy, oblong coconut hanging from thick branches. But the real surprise is inside. Instead of juicy flesh, you'll find dry, chalky white pulp that crumbles like styrofoam. Sounds weird, right? But here's the twist. This fruit is incredibly nutritious. It's packed with vitamin C, more than oranges, antioxidants, and fiber, earning it the title of a superfood. The dry pulp dissolves in water and has a tangy, citrus-like flavor, often compared to sherbet or lemonade. Locals use it to make juices, porridges, and even energy-boosting snacks. What's even crazier, the baobab tree itself can live for over 1,000 years, surviving in the harshest environments. Some even call it the upside-down tree because its branches resemble roots. If you ever get the chance to try baobab fruit, don't expect a juicy bite, but do expect a nutrient-packed, tangy treat straight from one of the most legendary trees on Earth. Number 1. Ice cream bean. Imagine a fruit that tastes like vanilla ice cream. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, meet the ice cream bean. Native to South America, this weirdly wonderful fruit grows in long, green, fuzzy pods that can reach up to 6 feet in length. Inside, instead of beans, you'll find soft, fluffy, snow-white pulp that looks almost like cotton candy. But the real magic is in the taste. It's sweet, creamy, and smooth, with a flavor that's been described as a mix of vanilla ice cream, marshmallows, and a hint of pear. No wonder it's such a favorite among locals. Just split the pod open, scoop out the pulp, and enjoy. It's nature's dessert, no freezer needed. Besides being delicious, the ice cream bean is also surprisingly healthy, packed with fiber, protein, and antioxidants. Plus, the tree that produces it grows incredibly fast, making it an important plant for reforestation in tropical regions. If you ever come across one of these giant pods, don't hesitate to crack it open, because who wouldn't want to try ice cream straight from a tree? Which of these fruits did you never expect to exist? Let us know your favorite in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible fruit discoveries.